Right, hello. I just wanted to take the time to go over kind of like idea generation and thought process and what I do, essentially. I started making kind of like notebooks when I was 15. There's not really much in this one, but this was kind of not important. But there was kind of like um, okay, so this is the one that I keep over there in that press. And so when I'm asleep and I wake up in the middle of the night and I have a good idea, I have a pen over there and I'm usually writing in the dark, so I can't really make head or tail of this. But it is something, and something's better than nothing. And there's a few jokes in here that I've written, they're kind of big. But nonetheless, this is kind of my main notebook. Every time that I have a good idea with something, I kind of just throw it in here. Hopefully I'll remember. I usually do remember it because there's some stuff in here for just like school art projects. Um, but something that I'll go over was what did I watch? I watched Glass Onion, the Knives Out one, and I thought, yeah, pretty good. I felt that it was very well received, and everyone was talking about it because everything was so diverse, and I wanted to kind of get in on that action. And all murder mysteries have to have that kind of premise, something that changes everything. And spoiler alert, the one that I came up with that is a certain character finds out a certain truth, and therefore has a heart attack and is killed. Oh, that truth could be either who the murderer is, but then has a heart attack and dies, so is no help. And I just thought that was really funny. What if they had a heart attack? What if they were killed from a heart attack and it had nothing really to do with the murderer in the sense that it wasn't the murderer's intention? Anyway, that probably just spoiled a murder mystery movie that I make in the future. Another time, something I literally just went on to one day a movie title generator, and I came up with some of it was fairly bad, but there was one called Cats with Silver, and I felt that there's a song from a TV anime that I like called Cats on Mars, so I felt it was kind of like similar. I don't know what I'd do with that, but anyway, this one was called. It wasn't called Signs at My Leader. It was something at My Leaders, but I like this premise because I felt that it could be Signs at My Leaders could be adapted to um kind of for me personally. I'm in school. I'm in sixth year. I deal with 6 or 7 teachers a day, and they're all. I wanted to portray how some of them are just not bullies, but some of them aren't responsible with their power. Kind of, they're meant to be a role model. They're meant to be a leader. They're meant to have that trust. And sometimes I feel, not to me, if you're concerned, but I've seen other students and they just have such horrible relationships with these teachers, and the teachers really aren't because the students, they're kids, they're stupid. We all are, but like the teachers, they have to be role models. They have to be better than that. They have to de-escalate situations instead of ramping them up more and more and more. And I've seen how rude some teachers can be, and not necessarily teachers could be grinds teachers, could be just adults in general. And I wanted to portray how difficult it is to be kind of like a kid or a teenager in those situations. And so, because teachers are supposed to be leaders, that was the whole premise. That's what the idea came from. And I felt that um, maybe a film about like a classroom setting, and it portrays how different teachers and their attitudes, and then sometimes it extremely stresses out a student and the students' kind of reactions and stuff. Anyway, and that was one. Another one was every time that I just kind of see a movie that I not even that I like, but I like a part of it, I write something down. Oh, sorry, yeah, I just wrote another bit here about signs of Maria. So a good leader brings others up and doesn't put them down, and so that was kind of the premise of how a representation of the teachers that bring people down. And yeah. Anyway, what was another? Yes, I watched Anger Management one night. Jack Nicholson, Adam Sandler, and I liked the premise of one of the main characters completely playing the other main character from the beginning. Like in that movie, Jack Nicholson, he has the whole thing plotted out, and a part of the audience member, a part of the viewer realizes this. They cop it. They're like, yeah, but then they're still kind of shocked, but they knew it was coming, and I like that, so I wrote it down. Um, that's practically it. Another something that happened to me kind of this evening, the time we're recording this. My mother was supposed to be going out with 1 or 2 friends, and she was wearing this leather jacket, and it was perfectly new, perfectly she hadn't worn it in a while, perfectly new, sitting in the back of the wardrobe. And she goes out, she does a few things, she gets some food or whatever in the jacket, and then she looks down, and it's completely coerced, it's completely frayed. I won't get it because never mind, but it was completely deteriorated in a matter of like half an hour. All the sleeves were completely like old leather being like pulled or destroyed, breaking. And I liked the premise of putting that to a character at the start of a film, and their leather jacket is fine. It's perfect at the start of the film, but as it gets plot thickens and the character's mind deteriorates, the jacket gets more crumpled and more. But yeah, that was that. There's a lot more, and there's a lot that I forget. But yeah, every time that I just try to see something, I throw it down. I also might as well put in. I got this keyboard to be cool, but I like to mess around with it, and I I don't play the piano, so obviously I'm just trying to learn. But I know songs. I know music, but I don't know how to play music, which isn't too good. But there was one scene in the film, the script that I wrote, and it's CeeLo Green, the what's his name? CeeLo Green, the singer who's in Charles Barkley, that band. He did the Forget You. Anyway, I wrote a character around him, kind of like this cultist leader, this kind of showman, and who's obviously it's supposed to be kind of like a jokey, um, more like a musical character rather than a cultist leader character, but they kind of somehow kind of cross over. So in this kind of like cult induction, I um put it as the character sings, as CeeLo Green does in just like generally, but he sings a certain amount. So there's this one, it's called Run, and I can't play it, which isn't too helpful. But then if you mix that in with another song, like I think there's a part of like Sweet Child of Mine or an AC/DC song that you can I can hear it, and I can hear how it could be mixed in, and almost like Moulin Rouge, where at the start where they have the Nirvana song, and then they have the um, Marmalade, and then another one, Fatboy Slim. They all have them together, and they're so different, but they're all for this setting, and that's just another idea. I'm just generating ideas here. That's an example in my mind. I hope it was enlightening, to say the least. I hope it gained a better perspective, and I hope that things go well. Thank you.